The Roman Colosseum. Even today, almost 2,000 years after it was built, it rises from the heart of Rome like a ghost from the past, a giant of stone and shadow whispering stories no one can fully explain. Imagine standing there at night, moonlight spilling across its broken arches, silence pressing in where once 50,000 voices roared in unison. The first shocking truth is this: we still don't know all the secrets buried inside its walls. Yes, the Colosseum was an arena, a stage for gladiators and beasts, but was that really all? Or was something else, something hidden, unfolding beneath the surface of Rome's most famous landmark? Think about it. Historians agree the Colosseum opened in 80 AD under Emperor Titus, but few people realize it was built with the blood, sweat, and lives of enslaved people taken from conquered lands. Thousands may have died just building it. And beneath its floors, deep in the labyrinth called the Hypogeum, there were hidden chambers, trapdoors, tunnels, an underground world designed not just for animals and gladiators but for something more. What exactly went on down there? Records are missing. Accounts are vague. Some suggest secret rituals, forbidden gatherings, and events too dark to be written down. Picture yourself in the stands. The sun is burning. Dust fills the air. The crowd cheers as gates open below. But here is the haunting question. What happened to those who entered and never came back out? Were they forgotten? Their names erased? Their stories swallowed by history? Archaeologists have uncovered bones, chains, and evidence of suffering deep under the arena. But they can't explain every discovery. Why were some bodies hidden? Why were certain areas sealed off for centuries? And the mysteries don't end there. Ancient writers tell us that the Colosseum wasn't only for fights. Plays were reenacted with real deaths, criminals executed in gruesome ways, even staged battles at sea when the arena was flooded with water. How did they flood it? How did they drain it? Engineers today still debate the mechanics. Was it simple Roman genius, or something we've lost? Could it be that the Colosseum itself was more than entertainment, a kind of living machine, part theater, part prison, part mystery that we still struggle to decode? Now, pause for a moment. Think about the energy of thousands of people, their voices blending together as gladiators fought below. Imagine being a gladiator, knowing your fate could be sealed by a single nod from the emperor. The mystery is not only in the building itself, but in the human lives it swallowed whole. Do we really know how many perished there? Was it hundreds, thousands, or perhaps hundreds of thousands over centuries? And where are all their stories now? Gone, erased, lost to time, or perhaps deliberately hidden. So here's a question for you. If walls could talk, what secrets would the Colosseum reveal about the people who vanished there? But let's go deeper. Beneath the arena floor was the Hypogeum, a maze of tunnels and cages hidden from the roaring crowds above. To the spectators, the Colosseum was a spectacle of order and power, but below the surface, chaos ruled. Slaves ran in the darkness, animals growled in cages, machinery creaked as platforms lifted tigers and elephants through trapdoors. It was like a nightmare factory, designed to shock and amaze. But what else was it hiding? Historians argue over strange gaps in Roman records. Some claim whole sections of the Colosseum's history were erased. Fires burned archives. Earthquakes collapsed walls. Centuries later, parts of the Colosseum were stripped bare by popes and nobles who carted away its stones to build palaces and churches. But what exactly was destroyed or hidden in that process? Could there have been writings, inscriptions, even underground chambers deliberately buried? Archaeologists have found secret passageways sealed with heavy stones, staircases leading nowhere, and tunnels filled with rubble. Were these simply abandoned works or intentional hiding places? Some legends whisper that treasures from ancient Rome, maybe even forbidden scrolls or objects of power, were hidden within the Colosseum before invaders arrived. Is this true? No one can say for sure. But here's where it gets stranger. For centuries after the fall of Rome, locals avoided the Colosseum at night. They said ghosts wandered its arches. They heard screams echoing from the Hypogeum long after it was abandoned. Travelers in the Middle Ages wrote about strange lights flickering inside. Was it just imagination or something more? When you think about the countless lives lost there, can we dismiss the possibility of restless spirits tied to the stone? The Colosseum also holds mysteries about its design. How did the Romans build something so massive, so complex, in just 8 years, without modern technology? Some engineers argue it's impossible without knowledge we've since forgotten. Others believe thousands of enslaved workers paid the price. But the truth may lie somewhere in between. Could the Colosseum itself be a puzzle, a message left behind by Rome about its power, its cruelty, and its secrets? Now, ask yourself this. If the Colosseum was built not just as entertainment, but as a stage for power, what message was Rome sending? Was it a warning, a distraction, or something else entirely? Even today, archaeologists continue to dig, and mysteries continue to surface. Bones unearthed in sealed chambers. Inscriptions carved into stone that no one can fully interpret. Fragments of stories about strange disappearances. People taken into the arena who were never seen again. Could there have been secret executions? Political enemies erased under the cover of spectacle? The Colosseum, after all, was not just about games. It was about control. And in ancient Rome, control often meant silence. Some scholars believe the Colosseum was also a place of ritual. Blood spilled there wasn't only entertainment, it was symbolic. Death in the arena reinforced Rome's dominance, its empire's hold over life and death. But others wonder if some of those rituals went beyond politics. Were there hidden ceremonies, perhaps even sacrifices, that we no longer understand? And yet, for all the research, for all the studies, the Colosseum refuses to give up its full story. That's the greatest mystery of all. Why do certain details remain missing? Why do unanswered questions keep surfacing? Perhaps the truth was too terrible to record. Perhaps it was deliberately erased. Or maybe the Colosseum itself was designed to be a riddle, its arches and tunnels holding secrets we'll never fully solve. Today, millions of tourists walk through its ruins every year. They see crumbling walls, worn stones, and broken seats. But most don't realize they are walking over ground soaked with centuries of blood and silence. They take photos, smile, and move on, never feeling the weight of the mysteries beneath their feet. But now you know. So what do you think? Was the Colosseum just an arena, or was it something more? Was it a theater of entertainment, or a machine of control and secrecy? Could it have been hiding rituals, disappearances, or treasures we've yet to uncover? One thing is certain. The Colosseum is not finished speaking. It still has stories left to tell, secrets to reveal, and mysteries we may never solve. If you enjoyed this journey into the unsolved history of the Roman Colosseum, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves ancient mysteries. And don't forget, drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you believe really happened inside the Colosseum?